I realize I have no camera on. One moment. Oh, yes. Video. Hold on. I'm really here. I just put in my special camera and forgot to activate it. That should help. Maybe not. Please bear with me. Okay, video. And it keeps shifting too. There we go. Sorry for the delay. Good morning. I just received some really distressing news from within a group that I've met this woman online, don't even know her, but it hit very close to home. And it reinforced the message for this morning. This woman's grandson just committed suicide. He was the son of her son that died of an opioid overdose in 2013. The the title for today is "We Want to Be Intentional Right Now," and one of the reasons is we need to be holding space for our younger inhabitants of this earth who feel very hopeless right now. We, the grandmothers, the wise ones, the light workers, the way showers, you don't have to be a grandmother. You don't have to be old to have the wisdom to know that you came into this world to make a difference. Those of you who know you've got a mission, who have had a mission throughout your life, it is time for us to stand up right now. Great morning, Susan. Almost called you yesterday, but didn't, obviously. So, a very, very strong message this morning and of great urgency. The overall arching theme, it's funny, I got these Kali Oracle cards in, probably April. And I haven't used them very often. And it's like the same three cards keep coming up for us. Excuse me. Kurukula is the goddess that wants to come through this morning with this message most strongly. She's very fierce looking, but tender as well. One of the powers that Kurukula bestows is the ability to remain open to life without fear. Sometimes, due to past experiences of pain, we close ourselves off from life in an effort to avoid further harm. In doing so, we may unwittingly close ourselves off from the gifts meant for us. While seeking solitude and sanctuary is a time to heal as a wise practice, we need to take care that we remain open to life. And that is, this weekend, as I was journeying along in the beginning and the end of last week, I realized that I had been being quite led by fear in my life. Again, it's not something that it's foreign to me, but the way that it has been coming out has been a very old pattern. And so I've been journeying with the release of that. But the fear has been for me, and what has been that one fear, the thing that I would worry about, I wasn't the mother that worried about her kids or anything like that. When they left, I didn't worry about things like that. I worried about the future constantly and spent most of my life trying to manage it, trying to make sure that those I cared about were taken care of. And so that fear energy really is something that is being propagated in so many ways right now. And fear is easy to control, which is why we want to be in our strength. We want to be out of fear. We want to tap into our creator, the guides, the angels, the companions that want to walk through this. We want to learn more about managing our own energy, which is what that 3-series class that I'm in the middle of right now is about. It's exploring your energetic spiritual power so that we can be in a place of energy management when the powers that were want to keep us in a place of powerlessness, which is what fear is. And this woman posting in this group. It's called Global Grandmothers Council Network on Facebook. Check it out. You don't have to be a grandmother. You certainly can be of the age, you can be of the wisdom and guidance. That's what the grandmother is about, but it is only for women. That has a change that they made just because that's really what it was intended for. It is a private group, and we're going to be having some amazing upcoming things when the website launches. You know, this group in May was 31,000 when I joined. It is now like 56,000. So it is a big growing movement, and we, that grandmother energy, need to show up for the world. One of the things I've been working on and that I have been so hesitant to put out is a 3-session class called When Suicide Presents as an Option. And it's just a very loaded subject, but as illustrated by this morning's message, this is something that is rampant in our society. And if we can learn to look at ourselves from an energetic perspective, from energy, as energy, working with the energy of the universe, God, creator, the big central I am, and managing our energy, we can look at things differently, from less powerlessness, from less need to escape. Julia says, I know suicide. I have been brought back from the brink. I understand the desperation and despair that pushes a person to the edge. I can't say I've been at the brink, Julia. It has been a consideration throughout my entire life, because inside me, life has been very hard. Not as much as not so much outside, but living within this person has been a challenge. And so I too have entertained that thought of escape. We need to be there for our kids. We need to be there for our grandkids in any way we can to help prevent. And so just me talking about this class on suicide, and it's basically done. The outline is done. I just have been very hesitant because it's a very huge, volatile subject. And I just am going to present it from a different perspective, a perspective of power. And certainly counseling is incredibly helpful. This is just another aspect of maybe what can keep people from taking that final action, instead of waiting to allow things to shift, which we know they do. But many times we have to do the work in order for things to shift within us. So on with the rest of the reading. TikTok, the time is now. It is, we do not have time anymore to waste, to wait. Just as I said, I've been putting off. I've got the outline done. I've got the PowerPoint pretty much done for the class. I've just been hesitant to put it out. This morning's message, it hit very close to home because some people that I'm associated with, son many years ago committed suicide. And 5 years ago, his son committed suicide. And so this is the same type of scenario, which is very much why it hit home, and went very much with this reading. The theme was already given to me, and the message before I even saw the message from this woman in the group. So it is time. And we have two very similar, very light cards, Treasure Island. There are gifts and treasures to be explored within ourselves, within our lives, and exchanging gifts. This Grandmothers Global Council Network is that place where, we have a Zoom every day of the week where women can just come and be heard. It's just talking. It's much like a 12-step program in that there's no crosstalk. No one counsels you. No one judges you. You come and speak what's on your mind. And that kind of a setting is often very healing, because just venting and getting out what you hear and then or what you need to say, and listening to what other people have to say is a very powerful healing atmosphere. And that's what these are for. And there's going to be, we're launching the website next month. It's going to be a very powerful movement. And if you feel at all drawn to this, again, you do not have to have grandchildren to have that grandmother energy, the grandmother spirit. That time in life can be that. And often younger women who have that wisdom, that old soul, can also contribute. So the grandmothers, or it's a Global Grandmothers Council Network. I think it's such a long name, I get them mixed up. Global Grandmothers, I believe, is, if you want to search it. But the exchanging gifts, it is time to offer to the world what we have to offer. And sometimes it is just an ear. Sometimes it's something like this. Sometimes it's a class you have in hand. Be tender is the next one. People are suffering right now, and this is a message for me. I can be somewhat severe at times, and I was going to say not intending to be, and that's mostly the truth. Sometimes I know when I need to be less than tender, but sometimes I can stumble in and be less than tender and have to go back and work to repair what I said or what I did. Most of the time I can be compassionate and tender, but a lot of this too is being tender for yourself, being tender with yourself. These are the Wild Women Rising cards. Cut yourself some slack, give yourself a break. And that's certainly what I was not doing over the weekend and over this past, probably since Wednesday. I don't know. It's actually been a while that I didn't really recognize what was going on inside me, what the fear, that the fear really had welled up and taken hold again, because it was in a different way than it's been in the past. And so, we want to really tune into ourselves, be tender with our failings, the ways we cope in fear. And that's really what I have been beating myself up for, is how I've been dealing with these feelings, not even realizing that I had them. Worship at the temple. This is your body. This is being very intentional in your physical care right now. Sometimes that means backing away from something you've committed to because you're feeling very much in disharmony inside about it. It's like jagged edges rather than smooth movements within us. Honor your body, honor what your soul is telling you. Be tender with yourself. Take care of your physical body in some way. Maybe that means just getting out for a walk today somewhere. Maybe it means going to the gym. Maybe it means not doing those have tos, whatever that looks like. But care for your physical. Feed it well today, just for today. And this morning, this came up. I was looking for a hair doodad and this bracelet that is that I got from my Reiki master, just for today. Just for today. When we focus on this big future, which is often very fearful and very much wanting to be kept in a safe place, we can really get out of control. It is the today that we really only have. It is the right now. And right now, I'm in charge of this for this moment. The rest of it, sometimes we're going to have to just step back and allow that sometimes we're better than others. Be gentle with yourself. Be forgiving of yourself. Go in, connect, ask for help and guidances and awarenesses that are going to help you understand what you need. We are the biggest mystery in life, who we are, why we came, what we're doing here. And so don't be too harsh on yourself. Know that tomorrow will always look different. And us projecting to tomorrow from today is not wise because we have a very limited perspective. And often when we're projecting for tomorrow, we're doing it from a place of fear. And listen the world open. Look at that beautiful little card. with little birds. Listen the world open. Again, back to this network. Our Zooms every day are strictly for women to talk, to listen. And this is new. We've only done this for 2 weeks. So, they're getting out there. To this point, they're not real large. So jump in, join the group if you're not already. And if you are a member already, look in the events tab and see what time the Zoom is. They're happening at various time zones throughout the world. And so there's probably one that will fit your schedule, especially if you feel like you just need to talk. And just listening, again, can be very healing on a personal level. Listen the world open. Listen to your children. Listen to your family. Listen to your spouse. Listen to someone that needs to talk. Don't feel like you have to help them at all. All that's needed is just to listen. So many people feel right now that they have no one to talk to. They have no avenue to be heard in the world. And know that there are many ways to be heard in the world. Going live on Facebook, we all have that. You could just go live and talk. No one needs to be there for you to visit with. Many times just talking through what you need to talk about is very healing, and guidance comes, especially if you're open, willing, ready to be guided, inviting your power team in at all times. So as we enter this new week with new tragedies throughout the world, our country, new ways for the powers that were to work on our fear energy, keep yourself connected, pull inward for a bit to get quiet, and then reach out in whatever way comes across to you as a possibility, because it is always possible for you to make a difference in someone's life and have someone make a difference in yours. It is the give and take. Sometimes we're the listener, sometimes we're the speaker. Either way, we begin to heal the fear, the pain, the past, the present that seems unmanageable. To this grandmother that lost this grandson and the mother of this child, I ask that you send love to now, comfort, a blessing of peace in this journey that they're entering into of great pain and sadness, and intentionally send them the energy of awareness and love and peace. Julia says, what I can offer is that it is a deeply personal decision to desperately feel a sense of peace. Those around will grieve, but should not feel guilt. Thank you, Julia, for your wisdom here this morning. I think we are complete for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle.